having our parliamentary group meeting. And this is a parliamentary group meeting organized by the leadership of Parliament, of Azimio Parliament leadership, where we were looking at various issues and resolutions were led out this afternoon. Later in the day today, from around 1 o'clock, we were then scheduled to have our People's Baraza at Mafoko, and we had a very successful meeting that we have just finished. So those of us you are seeing here are people who are part of that meeting. We have just come from Mafoko to try and talk about the issues that are concerning Kenyans. But I think there are also a few things that we need to clarify arising from developments that may have come from some quarters that are quite unfamiliar. Let me just start by saying something that is clear to us. Jubilee Party was formed and founded by His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, the former head of state or the former president of this republic. We have a functioning constitution that guides us as to what we can do and how and who. We have very many party organs provided for in the constitution. And one of the party organs that is provided for is called the National Executive Committee. The National Executive Committee is provided for in our constitution and can only be convened by 2 people or 2 officials of the party. One of the officials who can convene the organ is the party leader. The other person who is mandated by the constitution to convene such an organ is the Secretary General. Any other meeting convened by others outside the 2 party officials that I've mentioned is of no legal consequence. Secondly, this where we are the Jubilee headquarters, the office of the Jubilee Party. We moved here maybe a week or 2 ago. If there are any party activities that needs to be conducted, they are conducted within these premises. Thirdly, Jubilee Party, during his NDC on the 26th of February last year, resolved to be part of Azimio. We resolved that we were not going to have a presidential candidate. Our presidential candidate was going to be Raila Amolo Odinga under Azimio coalition ticket. Jubilee was not going to field a presidential candidate. We are members of Azimio today, and that is why we were at Manzoni, and that is why we have just come from the Mafokolari. You have seen us in Kamukuji, Jacaranda, and even Kibla. And we are heading to Busia, we are heading to Kisii, we will be in Narok as scheduled by our Azimio party leader. But just to put a few things into context, June 2020, a section of the Jubilee then, now members of UDA, attempted to form a Jubilee Asili. They attempted to take over Jubilee and they did not succeed. They went ahead to even try and form Jubilee Asili, and they had even some fake premises somewhere. It never went anywhere. These attempts will always be there. because there are those people who not want to identify with the course that we have taken, the course we took, and we have taken and we remain faithful to. And that is the cause of the Azimio coalition, where we are saying that we have an illegitimate regime in office for the reason that the votes that we garnered under the leadership of Raila Odinga were 8.1 million votes. The ones that were gotten by William Ruto, 5.9 million votes. Those figures were confirmed to us, and I want you to mark the word confirmed. Confirmed to us by the whistleblower. We always knew we won, and that is why we went to challenge the results at the Supreme Court. And it is still amazing that in a board or a commission of 7 people, you will go with a decision of 3 and ignore the decision of the majority, the 4. And those are some of the reasons why it is not possible for us to recognize this government. And we in Jubilee, we are part of the Azimio resolution that resolved, and even today, those resolutions were read at Mafoko, that we will not recognize this regime because they are in office illegitimately after having won the elections, after having stolen the vote and gotten into State House. We now are on a course to fight for the socio-economic justice of the people of Kenya. The cost of living has just gone beyond many of Kenyans within 5 months. We've seen a decline of many things in a manner that even when we were campaigning, none of us imagined it. You are witnesses that after leaving office last year in the month of talk about August, but the handing over was done in the month of September. The results of our examinations were released, and clearly they have been tampered with. Something we have not seen for the last 9-8 years. The cost of fuel through the ceiling. Cost of food through the ceiling. Criminal justice system collapsing on a daily basis. People who have been working in the civil service being sacked left, right, and center. Career civil servants have been put off their careers. And individuals with criminal backgrounds are the ones now reigning in this country. As a party, we will not allow Kenyans to be mistreated, mismanaged. We will not allow Kenyans to go without being heard. We will not allow them to suffer alone. This is a cause we have identified. We identified the solutions that we needed to put on the table, given the difficult times that we are in as a country and as a globe. We didn't get that opportunity because of the steal. We will continue pushing this regime. 1, they should leave the offices that they occupy because they are not in them legitimately. 2, measures to help the livelihood of Kenyans must be put in place and urgently. It's only today that they kicked out the Packrads vendors. Those are the mama bogas. Na wakapigwa na tear gas. Kule Kamai, thousands of people are now fearful of the day their houses will come to be demolished because they had been allowed to reside and have those pieces of land next to Kenyatta University, next to the referral hospital by the Jubilee government. But this government came and reversed, and those people must now be evicted. In a minute, their houses will be demolished. We will start with those people. That is what is scaring the Uda government, the Uda regime, the guys in office illegitimately. And they are going to do everything on earth to ensure that any party that does not agree to abide by what they say and dictate is crushed. This is yet another of the attempts. What we have seen with a section of people who have always been with us, and I can tell you, some of us knew there were baggage a while ago. My shoulders are now lighter without that baggage because we have to move on. They will do this not just to Jubilee. You will see them doing the same with the ODM. You will see them with Wiper. You will see them with the DAP or any other party that attempts to speak on behalf of the people. So we are not surprised by these moves. These are moves that are coming immediately after some people have been enticed to visit the State House. You start by going to Karen, then you come to State House. We have been told the figures that are being given for them to come and do what they are supposed to do. The team that we are told was in Nakuru was told to go and issue the statement from Nakuru when they went to State House. They are now, tonight, heading to Naivasha, where the president of UDA is. Now, on Sunday, they will be paraded at Nakuru. Mbele ya ile maombi itakuwa kule. Sijui kama watakuwa wakiobewa, watakuwa wakiomba, ama watakuwa wakisaidia kwa maombi. These are very, very archaic tactics that are being employed by this regime. You cannot come to crush everything. You are trying to arrest Makoha. We even know the others who have been Matiang'i. Oh, they were trying the Makoha. They would not have minded arresting Makoha, though he is now gone, and God rest his soul in peace. They wanted to arrest Matiang'i. Why? Every Kenyan know what Matiang'i stood for and how firm he was for the truth and facts and justice for the ordinary people of this country. We know the others who are lined up for it. My security was taken away a couple of weeks ago. Na hiyo haistui hata kidogo. Hii hatuachi na hatuachili. Yes? Na nakwambia kama umechoka na Jubilee, wewe uhame uende. We will still do the disciplinary action when it is done, but we are not going to conduct it in the public. It is not in the mannerism of this party to carry out those activities in public. We will do it quietly, slowly, meticulously until we get rid of people who have no value in our party, and especially those who have already decided that their home is UDA. Na kama kweli umeamua kwenda kwa ile nyumba uishi huko, siwende huko ishi na wache kuacha harufu mbaya nyuma. Tembea tuenda. Hiyo ni haki yako ya kikatiba. But we will be everywhere. I am sure people did not imagine that we were going to be this clear after our election was stolen. This Jubilee team you are seeing here, and others who are not here, we managed to give, just from Mount Kenya region, before we bring in the other regions, because we have votes from other regions, from Mount Kenya region alone, we gave Raila Amolo Odinga 2.6 million votes. Chebukati declared 800,000. Now let me tell you this as my last statement. We will stand with those who voted for Azimio. We will stand with those who do not want to see the lives of Kenyans being ruined, and we will stand with every other person who believes that Jubilee is the party that will help us move this country again in a proper direction. Asante sana na Mungu awabariki. These gentlemen will want to say one or two things, and I allow them to do as kila mmoja.
Sorry.
Kila mmoja wakati yake.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you for coming. I would like to thank you for coming. My name is Stanley Kimure. I'm a Stano. I'm the treasurer, and I don't want to take much of your time. Nataka kuambia hivi ya kwamba hiyo kitendo ambayo imefanywa siku ya leo ni kitendo ya watu ambao wanajaribu kujustify ile kitu wamekula kwenye walienda. Na sisi kama Jubilee, as you can see, sisi tuko imara na Jubilee iko ndani ya azimio la umoja. The purported coup by those busybodies, that because that is what I can call them, they are busybodies, hiyo mtu apeleke kwa jamii yake, akafanye coup kwa bibi yake na watoto wake. Sisi we are in azimio to stay, and we want to tell them, tunajua what they were given kwenye walienda. Instead of ile pesa wanapewa huko, wanaenda wapelekee watu wao, wanachukua hiyo pesa kuenda sasa kukaa ni kama wanataka kuvunja Jubilee. Jubilee ni chama ambayo hiwezi vunjwa na watu wachache, and some of them we know them. Kuna wengine kati yao wanafunika, wengi wao wanafunika uko Raila walifanya kwa ile former regime. Wangeenda UDA before, tunajua wangeenda UDA before, lakini waliona ni kama wataanikwa. Sasa tutawaanika proper. Manake walikosa kuenda ili wasishikwe na wasipelekwe korokoroni. Sasa wameenda kufunika, na uangalie hao watu. Wengine ni wale walimefanya mambo ile tunashinda tukiongea ya KEMSA, na tulikuwa na wao. And we would like to tell you people that Jubilee haitakaa chini igoje tuone vile mnajaribu kusabaratisha. Some of them like those who are who have positions in bunge leadership, like chief, I don't know, chief, that lady, nominated member, I don't want even to mention her name. You know her tabia. Ni mtu wa leo hapa mahali kuna nukanuka, anakimbia, anarukaruka kwa sababu ya yale maovu ambayo wanajua wanataka kufunikia. Na tutawaanika, tunataka kuwaambia wameanzisha moto ambayo hawataweza kuzima. And I don't know even whether they know about what our constitution says, our party constitution. It is very clear. Mkutano iwezi kuitwa na mtu ambaye hata damu ya kwenye alitoka jana hajapanguza. Mkutano ya NEC inaitwa na party leader na secretary general ama party leader, waende waangalie katiba. And whoever amewadanganya kwamba watabadilisha ati wachukue Jubilee waende, tunataka kumwambia wamengoa. Kama mtu anajiona ni mwanamke ama ni mwanaume, enough. Awachane na kiti ya Jubilee, arudi kwa wananchi, wamchague, aingie vile Raila Amolo Odinga alifanya wakati alitofautiana na Ford Kenya. So tunataka kuambia hivi, kama neno langu la mwisho, yule ambaye ni nominated awachane na kiti ya Jubilee. Tuko na ladies hapa ambao wanaweza kukalia hiyo kiti, and they have worked for this party. They have worked for this party tirelessly. Na alafu mtu anaenda huko anawekelea suruali kwa kichwa, anapata kiti, alafu anaenda kupeleka hiyo suruali mahali kwingine. Tunataka kuambia umalaya wa siasa Jubilee hatuko nayo tena. Na lazima mtu aende aunde nyumba yake ama aunde chama yake. We want to tell our brother and our friend Kanini Kega, tunakuona na tunakujua. Tutaki kuspill beans, but ukisukuma zaidi tutaongea. So with those many remarks, thank you, and I want to assure you, Jubilee is here to stay. Now we are in Azimio to stay. Thank you.
Listen to Mundaro. He is a member of the NEC, the one representing the youth. Na ni vile tu tumekuwa area hii. Sema tu kwa haraka upisha.
My name is Mundalo Advice. I sit on the National Executive Committee of the Jubilee Party, and that is to ascertain to you that the meeting that happened was dubious, because I'm a member of the NEC, but I am from Mavoko together with the Secretary General, and we're also here with other members of the NEC. So that purported NEC is the proverbial hot air that we've been treated to. What I would want to say is this: the Jubilee Party is in the business of fighting for the people right now. We are in the business of ensuring that the cost of living comes down. The Jubilee Party is in the business of ensuring that it pushes this regime to ensure that the fuel prices go down, to ensure that the Mamamboga get what they were promised by this regime. So we are not, it's unfortunate that we have people who would be busybodies. Instead of sticking to this course, they are hereby organizing dubious meetings wherever that is happening. But we know, and we have been severally told by the SG, that the business of fighting for a country is very serious business, and only very serious people like the ones who are standing here today will be able to walk with us to the end. And therefore, as I finish, I want to state categorically the following. That one, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta is and remains the party leader of the Jubilee Party. Number two, that Honorable Jeremiah Kioni and Honorable David Murathe remain in office as Secretary General and Vice Chair respectively. Let me take that again for avoidance of doubt. That Honorable Jeremiah Kioni, together with Honorable David Murathe, remain in office as Secretary General and Vice Chair respectively and legitimately. 3. Honorable Kagwe Gichohi remains the Jubilee Party Treasurer. And lastly, that Jubilee is in Azimio, and Jubilee is in Azimio to stay, because the Azimio business is the business of Jubilee, because that is the business of the people of the Republic of Kenya. Thank you very much.
I don't know, just before the others speak, this lady may not want to say much, but she's also a member of NEC. She represents the persons with disability. If you want to say anything, you can say.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Wanja Maina. I am a NEC member representing disabled people in Kenya. As you are aware, disabled people are the largest minority in
Haya usiku na kila mtu akupiche kwa sababu giza. Tunaonekana ama ni nyinyi tunaona. Malizeni haraka.
My name is Doris Karemi Muturi. I was a candidate.
I want to confirm to you that this is the first meeting ever of Jubilee, of the NEC meeting ever. And as per our constitution, it says that after every 4 months, we should have a NEC meeting. We have never had any other NEC meeting. A resolution of the NEC executive meeting held on the 10th February 2023 at Salova Woodland Hotel in Nakuru. 1. That the party convenes a special national delegates convention within a period of 6 months from today. 2. That pending the convening of the special national delegates convention, 1. That the National Executive Committee commences the process of exiting the Azimio coalition. 2. The National Executive Committee engages with the ruling coalition on the possibility of creating a working cooperation arrangement with it. 3. That the National Executive Committee demands that Jubilee Party be recognized as a parliamentary party with all the rights and benefits accruing thereto, taking into account that Jubilee Party is the largest party, the third largest party, in Parliament. That is after UDA and ODM. 3. That the following party officials are suspended forthwith and their cases referred to the party internal dispute resolution mechanism for further determination. 1. The Secretary General, Honorable Jeremiah Kioni. 2. The National Treasurer, Mr. Kagwe Gichohi. 3. The National Vice Chairman, Honorable David Murathe. 4. That the National Dispute Resolution Committee be convened immediately to consider the matters of the suspended officials listed above. We as Jubilee, we feel, in 2017, we had promised the people of Nakuru that if we won the election that time, we would come back here in Nakuru and tell them thank you. Maybe it could also be a Jubilee Thanksgiving. So don't be shocked to see some of us there, all of us there, because it's a national prayer day and everybody or anyone is free to attend.
Kauli yetu pia ni kwamba kama mikakati sasa na chama imeamua kwamba itaenda kuzungumza ama itaanzisha mazungumzo na chama tawala ama kufugufugu tawala kutafuta namna tunaweza kushirikiana na wao. Kwa hivyo kutakuweko na mazungumzo ambayo itaendelea. Hii tumeafikiana vipi? Ni kwa sababu wabunge walianza mikakati, wamekuwa wakizungumza na rais, na wao wanawakilisha Wakenya. Na Wakenya ama wale watu ambao wanawakilishwa na wabunge wetu wamezungumza. Kwa hivyo sisi kama viongozi tumesikiza kwamba mipango na mikakati ianzishwe, na imeanza kuanzia sasa ya sisi kuondoka kwa Azimio. Asante.
Let's also clarify that the elections were held on 9th August 2022. Kenyans made their own decisions. The results was announced. There was a dispute at the presidential level. The same was adjudicated by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, as a neutral arbiter, made a decision and declared His Excellency President William Ruto as the winner. And therefore, any other shenanigan right now by anybody to say they don't believe in the results and purporting to present to Kenyans something that they cooked in River Road does not make sense. So we as Jubilee family respect the rule of law. We believe in constitutionalism. We accept that we were beaten. We accept that the dispute we took as part of the Azimio group was adjudicated by the Supreme Court, a decision made as Democrats. We will accept that decision. For us, and I want you to hear this, we are not part of the mandamando. We will not join those who are encouraging Kenyans to throw stones. We will not. We support the rule of law. This is the government that has been elected by the people of Kenya. And please, if there are other things, take them to court. Show us how you lost. Thank you so much.
Hii nchi ni kubwa kuliko mtu binafsi. Na ningesema tunafuata footstep za party leader. When we were in the elections 2017-2018, he's the first person who went to look for Raila Odinga and looked for a handshake. Because he told us that this nation is bigger than any one of us. And he was avoiding what we are having now, to see people on the streets and maandamano. So we are following the footsteps of our party leader. Secondly, let Kioni know, Jubilee Party is not his own kiosk. He has never called us for any PG. He has never given us a party direction. So when he wakes up from his bed, he cannot expect that we will follow him. Even when we went to represent us at the retreat, he never invited us for that retreat, never told us about the agenda. And so Kioni is no Jubilee Party. Jubilee Party, these people that you have seen here, the members of parliament who are there to fight for our people. That's all I have to say.
I would like to comment on an issue that has been brought to our attention. There are some letters that they are circulating on our members of parliament and senate, written by Jeremiah Kioni, purporting to say that there have been some misconduct, gross misconduct by our members. What I want to say is that the National Executive Committee is in charge of all matters of the party, including discipline. So what I want to say to our members is that they should not be intimidated. Hizo barua zenye zina circulate waachane nazo. Kama kuna issue yoyote ya discipline, itatoka kutoka kwa mwenyekiti ambaye ni mimi na sio Jeremiah Kioni. We cannot repeat the same mistake that we did last time, chasing away our members. One of the resolutions that we've come up with is that from now, this hour, this minute, it has been resolved that Honorable Kanini Kega will be the acting Secretary General of Jubilee Party pending a convention of the National Delegates Convention. By saying that, it is automatically Kioni is the former Secretary General of Jubilee Party. Yes, he stands suspended. So sababu mojawapo ambayo imefanya Jeremiah Kioni akuwe suspended ni kwenda kuongea maneno ambayo sio msimamo wa chama. Sisi kama Jubilee hatuungi mkono mambo ya masufuria, mambo ya maandamano, mambo ya mabaraza. One of our values as Jubilee Party, as per the Constitution, is to forge for national unity and cohesion. Haya maneno ambayo yanaendelea saa hizi ya kuweka mabaraza ni ya kuunganisha Wakenya ama ni kutenganisha Wakenya? Sisi hatuko tayari taifa letu kugawanywa katikati.